Hello and welcome to Limitless Extra, the show that should give you fun and inspiration and insight on a Saturday morning. Today we have nothing but the best. We have two distinguished gentlemen who will be joining me on the show in the next few seconds or so, and we're going to be talking about fashion. Yes, I said it. Fashion. We have a young entrepreneur and we have a giant in the house, but they are both taking us places as far as dressing us in style, suave, and finesse. Of course, you know Adebayo Jones. He's been on the show before. He'll be joining us, telling us a little bit about fashion, what he's doing, the latest awards that he's received, and also giving some advice to Ayo Tomori, who's just launched an amazing menswear called Japante. So without further ado, let me introduce my good friend Adebayo Jones on the show. Welcome, Ade.
Thank you very much, Maria. It's a pleasure to be back.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's a beautiful Saturday morning, and you're looking splendid as ever.
Thank you. You look lovely as well as ever. I love that jacket. I see the
Thank
bling on
you.
the side, the light shining on the bling. Oh my
This is
goodness.
from the Africana collection from Adebayo. So I thought
Is
I'd
that the
put it
latest
on
collection?
and share it.
Oh, I
Look
like
is
it.
bling.
Oh, look at that. Oh my God. Oh, you really know your stuff. My goodness. And it's so good to have you back on the show. And of course, we have this young designer, Ayo Tomori, who is
Yeah.
just so talented. So we're going to look at some of his stuff later on. But first, let's talk about you. I know that you've just recently received the Professional Excellence Award from, tell us a bit about that from Canada.
Yes, that's the Afro Global Excellence Award
Yeah,
in conjunction with the Institute of Leadership and Innovation and then Silver Trust Media, and then they, gave us this award this year, and that was a Professional Excellence Award.
yeah,
That was quite a surprise, but it was very well received. And
yeah,
then some of the other dignitaries that got the award this year, the President of Ghana,
yeah,
as well,
yeah,
David Oyewole, Hussein Bolt, to
yeah.
name some of the few. So it was quite an impressive list. I was pleasantly surprised but
Yeah.
delighted when informed that I will be given this award. It's
Oh,
beautiful.
that's
Thank you.
wonderful. And it's so well deserved. You've been in the industry maintaining excellence for so many years that yeah, I would always vote for you to get an award like that
It,
because yeah, you know,
sometimes I can't believe it. It's like over 3 decades and
yeah,
still trying to remain relevant to the core of what you do. And then
yeah.
catching on with this younger generation is quite a task, but then, one must do it. It has to be done. It has to be done.
Yeah, it
It's
has to be done,
beautiful.
but you do it with ease. I think, you know your stuff, you know your path and you do it well. And and the blessing with about that is the fact that you have the upcoming generation that are looking at you and following what you're doing and really use you for inspiration and all your work becomes their inspiration and they use that as their learning tool as well to understand how it's done how
Yeah.
it's done. So today I'm going to need you to be the mentor today to give us some feedback and some advice as well. I would really appreciate that.
It would be my
Uh,
pleasure.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I've met my guest is that's coming on the show in a few minutes is Ayo Tomori. And, I met him about 3 years ago in a church that
Yeah.
we were planting, that we were starting off a church and very dedicated in the house of God, very
Wow.
focused, very sort of, and he was always a sharp dresser then. So to find out that he's now launched this new fashion line called Japante has been a real pleasure. So I'm going to invite him onto the show and I'm sure meeting you will be a delight for him. So, Ayo, are you there? Please do come and join
Yes,
us.
I am. I'm
Oh,
hearing the drum roll in the background. And the
Hello,
pan-
Ayo. How are
hello,
you?
hello, sir. It's an honor to be here. Thanks for inviting me, and it's an honor to be on the show as well. And Mr. Adebayo, congrats on your recent award as well. And it's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you very much, and congratulations on the launch of your men's clothing brand. I've been on your. I couldn't attend the actual launch because of an engagement. I remember Maria had mentioned it,
Oh,
and
okay.
I went to your page. I love what I see. The
Oh,
direction is beautiful, and you have a clear understanding of fashion in terms of creativity and in terms of the art itself, but
mm,
the sense that it's a business and you have to create clothes that are
yeah.
wearable, functional, practical, and will actually withstand the seasonal changes within fashion itself.
Mm.
And that is clear in the direction of the designs. Very clean, classic, beautiful lines. I love it.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you,
You're
sir.
welcome.
Yeah. Okay, I know that you've got some questions for Adebayo Jones, but first, in fact, do you want to go for the questions first before we see your line, your clothing line?
Okay. Yes, I have a couple of questions.
Okay.
One of them being that if you were to start over again in your career, what would you do differently
Mm,
as a
good
fashion designer?
question. Um, when we started, we didn't have all the resources that are available now. Now
Mm,
you are here, um, and anyone can see your collection anywhere in the world, and
mm,
that's something to be cherished because we had to grow organically, meet people, write letters to editors, send physical pictures in, and keep bombarding them every week, you know, to publish our stories and stuff. But I think I was a bit reserved and extremely shy in pushing myself at the start or so. So that's something that I would have worked on more in terms of being a lot bolder in terms of expressing myself and pushing myself and making people believe that, trying to make someone believe in you is not bordering on arrogance. It's just a matter of the fact that you are confident about what you do and you want them to see the value and the essence of what you're bringing in newly.
sure.
So that's definitely, I would have pushed more from the beginning.
Okay. Excellent. Also, when I was just researching a little bit on your inspiration, I know you said you get inspiration from your travels,
Yeah.
inspired by your environment. Are there any particular design? Because your designs are really unique and classy as well.
Thank
You
you.
set a standard for being Nigerian and also British. I must say that is really impressive. In the likes that you can compare with a lot of the top designers in Europe and around the world. But
Thank
would you say, are there any designers you call mentors yourself and that you look up to?
Oh, yes. When I hold my masterclass sessions, I always tell the students, no matter what level, whether you're practicing professional or you're just thinking of getting into it, and I always say, your mind has to be broadened. Your mind has to be knowledgeable. You have to study. You have to read. And you have to invest yourself in finding out those who have been successful, what they did, and how they were able to perfect the craft. So I've always admired the late Yves Saint Laurent. I devoured every video content I could find on him. I looked at there is a series on YouTube which was like a 10 part of him designing a collection from stage one till the show itself. Every documentary, I'd look at Dior as well and
Mm,
Valentino. You must catch his documentary called The Last Emperor as
okay.
well on YouTube. It's amazing. It gives you an insight into how the organizations run, how those people are able to put things together in terms of thought and the whole system filtering down. You look at the story of Dior as well, watching all these documentaries, because you haven't had the opportunity of meeting them
Yeah.
physically, but you can learn from their
Yeah.
stories
Yeah.
how they were able to put everything and the machine that works behind them, it's just brilliant as well. And of course, I worked with Catherine Hamnet in England. That was the last job that I did before actually launching out. And that woman is an amazing designer. When they're having the fittings before the fashion week, I would watch everything she was doing, watch her kindling, how she would fit, displace the seams on a jacket when they were trying to get it to a perfect fit and
Mm,
not take out a big chunk from somewhere. I would watch everything, and all those things came to serve me. And so, knowledge is key. When you have a mentor in the industry, to look at what they've done to make them successful and take a lot of things from there, I tell you, it's invaluable. You could not even pay for it.
mm, mm. That's some solid wisdom. I have a lot to learn. But thank you, sir, for sharing. I would definitely connect with you beyond this, to for more. Yes, but
But I
thank you. That
love your mind. I love what you do. I love the tweed jackets. I love the shirts. I love the ones that looks like a linen fabric. I didn't have the time, but you had a short sleeve and a long sleeve version of
yeah,
it with the Chinese collar on it. I love the cleanness of the jackets, the ones that have like almost a safari feel in the
yeah,
beige color. I love the check to it. It's beautiful, clean, classy,
yes, sir.
elegant, timeless, and of course, very marketable. You will make good in the industry, I am sure.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate that.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Awesome. Isn't that a confidence boost?
Oh, it is.
Goodness. Adebayo Jones says you will make well in the industry. And actually, I love your stuff. Really good stuff. And obviously, Christmas is coming. I said to him, so I'll be putting my order in very soon for my
Beautiful,
husband.
beautiful,
Well,
beautiful. Brilliant work.
Yeah.
excellent.
Let's have a look at the collection and then
Okay.
we can talk about it because
Okay,
it's the audience are hearing about it, but we actually have to see it and get
fantastic.
an understanding. Now, also your different outfits, they have names to them as well, don't they? So please tell
Yes,
us what the
I
different
do.
names
Yes, I
are.
do. So I would speak about the names as they come up on screen. That it would be better to relate that way. But I'll just give you an overview of Japante. So we offer our smart casuals for men with interesting choices. And I found that it was, for me, there's a lot of problems finding interesting choices for men. So that's where the brand came to be.
Yes,
So coffee, as you see, was taken from obviously the African Ghanaian name, and
yes,
coffee is just basically summer relaxed outfits,
yes,
with clean lines, but with a little bit of twist. Just rather than going with the usual bishop collar, just have a little twist to that. And
yes,
then I have this in white linen, pure white linen. Very relaxed, fitted, and also the blue one that you're seeing as well.
yes,
And added a little bit of details in terms of having this kind of mimicking this polka dot effect, but just concentrated in the front area of the
yes,
of the outfit.
yes,
Yeah, so it's also smart. You can wear it to pretty much number of varied events, as may come. And I think the next Thank you, sir. And I think the next one that will be coming up is the William jacket. Yes. So this was military inspired. So I
yes.
was looking to find a way. I went to a military school, by the way. I went to
Ah,
Navy at Abeokuta. So I've always been inspired by when I see the rear admirals. I mean, the white, clean, jackets that they wear. So and even also the Air Force and things like that. So this was inspired by that, but I wanted to bring that contemporary twist to it, adding a bit of leather details, Napa leather,
Yeah.
the colors, and also in the sleeves.
yes,
This Stefano is Italian inspired, but it was take a little bit of the I don't know if you know this Vespa riders,
hmm,
the way that they dress. So this was basically inspired from that, and this has a bit of contemporary twist as well. It's a bit rugged. I would say has that kind of rough toughness to look to it. Uh,
Yeah.
but it allows you to wear to many different occasions. And Edgar, the last of the jacket piece, is just smart and it just gives a cool vibe. It's also military inspired, but you can put it on any outfit and it will elevate the look,
yes,
for a man, because sometimes you don't want to overdress as a man. You just want to have this classic one-time piece that would help your outfit to the next level.
wonderful.
Yes,
And
sir.
if I may as well, I'm intrigued to find out this brand name Japante, what inspired it?
Okay, Japante. When I used to apply for jobs and go for, I studied in Germany for a little while. Before I
Okay,
came to the class, people thought I was Japanese because my full name is Ayobami Tomori. Tomori. Yeah.
okay,
So when I now turn up in a lot of interviews, they'll be like, "Oh, we thought you were Japanese." So they're giving me the nickname, the Black Japanese.
Okay.
So I took the name for this brand to say, okay, fine, I'm going to use the nickname Japan, and Tay is basically just a short acronym of my last name and my first name, Tomori AY, Tay. So Japante. So
Fantastic.
yes,
Absolutely fantastic. And I
it's
think also, not just saying this, the Japanese community would love your brand.
yes,
It fits
Yeah.
in very well with the aesthetics of the kind of fashion that they're attracted to as well,
Mhm,
which is
mhm.
Yeah.
beautifully. I love the fineness of the tailoring. I can spot knitwork a mile apart. And I love how clean, and I can see it's very well made. And that's something that's going to go very well for you. And I see that you love to get your hands dirty too. Actually, in the business, because I saw pictures of you at the studio in
Okay.
Hammersmith on the
Okay.
table looking at the fabric swatches and
Oh yes.
getting down into the nitty gritty of behind the scenes. Sometimes
Yes.
it goes beyond just drawing sketches and stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
I actually
Yeah.
get my kick when I go out there, which is so funny. As in when I'm in the market,
Yes.
looking at the fabrics, picking, that for me is like excitement, because and I'm sure, sir, you can also relate. It's like you're touching the
Absolutely.
fabric, seeing, oh, how would this translate? How will you wear this? How would this drape? And things like that. So, yeah.
Absolutely. You know what's amazing? Yesterday I had a masterclass counseling session, and the topic we covered was sourcing your fabrics and your trims, and it was quite interesting. All the pointers, how to really source the good fabrics and all the things you should be aware of, questions to ask, and getting the right textures to fit in with the kind of designs that you're trying to share with your audience. So that's an exciting part of it too. Wonderful indeed.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Wonderful. Um, how do we get? I saw the email address and all the details there on the website. How does the audience get to follow you and also be able to tell us again, repeat it again, so that everybody knows and there is no mistake?
So you can see us online at japante.com. So JAPNPNTAY.com. And for Instagram is Japante UK.
Brilliant.
So so we are online in those two platforms.
That's amazing.
Wonderful.
And of course, do you want us to say something, Adebayo?
Can I ask him a question as well?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I wondered what inspired your thought process when putting this collection together. I know you mentioned one or two things, but I wanted you to expatiate a little on it in terms of, defining your market sector and then being able to come up with the designs that, identifies with that sector, the age group, the demographics, where they live, where they work, what they do, and why they should be drawn to your brand.
Okay, so yeah, just quickly, for me, it boils down to the fact that men generally have very limited choices. We're very limited in terms of what we can find in terms of style. And for me particularly, when I go looking for designs, I always try to look for something that is not too expensive, but at the same time unique in a sense that will set me apart, as a person. So for this brand, I was looking at a way to basically find statement pieces that men could wear, and that would basically just make them, unique or like, well, respected or looked out in a different light. So for me, the safari jacket was one of those pieces that does it, because we are very familiar with a lot of blazers, but safari jacket gives them, there's an air of panache, air of coolness about it. And I was like, okay, fine, let me start with a statement piece, safari jackets, and later on I can explore waistcoats and even blazers, but find interesting twists in terms of like maybe the use of the fabric, the textures, the embroideries and things like that, and and explore that space to create something unique, and also use of color as well, because I know, sir, you use a lot of color, which is interesting. Sometimes, men, we just have actually, like, not all the brands. I know some brands are some brands push the boundary, but generally you just find a lot of dull colors for men, and sometimes it's good to use brighter colors, but not too feminine, but at the same time a little bit to kind of bring the outfit out. So that's what I was looking to do.
You know what's exciting when it comes to color? When I go to a place like Uniqlo, maybe to pick up some sweaters, and then you see all the colors there. You're like a child in a candy store. Everything just lights up, you know. You think, oh my gosh, which
but you're different though, Ade. You're one that loves that, and you will have the ability to carry that so well. Yes. But not all men do. A lot of men.
Yes, so that's where he comes in.
That's it.
Giving a blend.
That's it.
A blend of what's suitable for
there's a certain kind of balance you have to for men. You have to know the right balance. If not, it will look too out of place. You know.
So can I tell you what? Okay, Maria, you go.
Thank you. I like the fact that you've made the price good. The price is right as well. It's good quality. You haven't compromised on the quality and the durability of it all, but you've got good prices as well, and it's affordable at a time like now. Based on what the average person is struggling with. I think it's good. And of course, the jackets are formal, but they can also be informal. They can be casual as well. Like you mix and match with it. It could be worn for any occasion almost.
Yep.
Great. Really good concept.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That Maria mentioned there, to produce beautiful clothing, up to date, in season, and clean, classical, marketable, but at prices that are attractive for your audience.
Yes,
that is just key.
Yep.
And I'm looking at those jackets, the safari jackets. I'm trying to think: is it the beige one? Is it the checkered one? Is it the And of course, then that means I have to try and stay off the bread and the rice to to get a good fit. But they're so beautiful and they're tempting.
Thank you, sir. That means a lot. That means a lot. It means a lot. And also, just to add as well, the work is also the creative brain is obviously about Japante. It's obviously is me. But the construction and helping, there's a certain, I have to give kudos to to the right people, and his name is Udo. He helped with the with putting it, because I'm still in terms of sewing and getting, that's not my area of expertise. And I have actually learned in the past, but I try and give it to those that I know that they're very that's their mainstay. They're very skilled in
the sampling unit or production unit.
Yeah, I'm talking about the production. Production. Yes, production, and yes, was done by a man called Udo. He's London.
Nigeria?
Yeah, he's Nigerian, but he's based there. He's based there.
We were in fashion college together.
Okay, you know him.
We finished the same year.
It's a small world, isn't it?
Small world.
I'll tell him that I spoke to you. I'm going to call him after.
He's a great guy. Does beautiful work.
Yeah.
Really amazing. I'm delighted.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I didn't even know. I didn't know both of you knew each other. So
yes, we went to Central School of Fashion together in the 80s.
Awesome.
And then we lived like on the same street as well.
Okay.
On Kingsland Road, and then so we always saw each other after classes and stuff, and just an amazing guy. Yes. And the last I saw him, we were both judges at Fashion for Africa, the collective where they try and put out the designers and stuff and all that. So
okay.
Wonderful. Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful, guys. The show is coming to an end. I feel really bad cutting this conversation short, but you know what? I'm happy because I brought people together that can actually, and this relationship and this mentorship will continue. I believe, yes?
Absolutely.
Yes, I would.
That's wonderful. That's really, really good. And, it just shows the importance of mentorship. And as you mentioned with Udo, the importance of having a really great team. And I think the last question I'd like would be from Adebayo Jones. If you could tell us about the importance of having a good team behind you, because this is something that will help our viewers as well with those who are starting businesses and thinking of their new ventures, tell us about the importance of having a good team and how that's helped you throughout the years.
This is key actually, because sometimes you find that you as a creative person may not possess all the skill sets that you need to run the enterprise successfully. So finding the right partners and the right team to get every aspect of your dreams into reality is key. And you find even with the top designers, if Saint Laurent was successful because of his partner who was able to do the money parts and the accounting and bring everything, the marketing of the business. Valentino the same. So you find this going on. And if we have to get all the right people together to make us excel in what we've chosen to do, I think it's a perfect cause. And, you know, it will be wise to do that, definitely.
Yeah. A great man once said, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Exactly.
Yeah. And unity is what brings strength, isn't it? There's strength in numbers, everyone bringing their skills and their ability. I'm so glad that you've both met up, and I'm really expecting some great things to come out of Japante and from all that you do in the future. You know, obviously with a giant like Adebayo Jones next to you and the grace of God, behind this mentorship. Mentorship is so key. I believe I'm really into mentorship at the moment, and the ability to pass on what we already know, isn't it, Ade? Just so that the next generation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And of recent, I've been doing quite a bit of work in the mentoring and then with universities, which I've done in the United States and recently with the University of Northampton here. Particularly focusing on the students on the Black and ethnic minorities, helping them to gain a lot of strength, confidence, and then to know that they're able to achieve and to push them forward. I'm amazed how this has been so well received because of loads of interviews about it. But mentorship is key. If you have the right person, giving you the right advice, guiding you, and believe it, everybody needs a mentor. I have one too. So at every stage, everybody does. And you go back, you sit with them, you consult, they listen, they guide you, say thank you very much, and then you implement it. Nobody's too old to have a mentor.
That's right. And even when we look at the Bible as well, we bring it back to the Bible.
Yes.
Every great person had another person that God used to bring something to their lives. I mean, even Jesus had John the Baptist that he had already appointed that would baptize him at the right time to fulfill scripture. So God uses people to deposit something into our lives. He doesn't just, because he can do anything, he can do all things, but he uses man to bring his message to men. Isn't it? This is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I'm so happy when I see both of you and you're both, meeting up for the first time on this show. And, as you shine and you carry on growing and developing, I can stand behind and say, I had a part to play in that. Yeah.
One question though. When are the men going to get the Limitless Xtra t-shirts?
You know what?
Beautiful.
I'm going to get that t-shirt to you. Next week, we're going to sort it out for you. Most definitely.
It's beautiful. You look amazing.
It looks really good. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, both of you, for being on the show. Thank you, Ayo Tomori, for being on the show. Good luck with everything, and God bless you with everything that you do. I know that you will only go from glory to glory to glory to glory to glory.
Amen.
Thank you all, and goodbye. Have a lovely weekend.
Thanks once again. I'm going to connect with you, and it's such a pleasure and honor. And also, Maria, thank you for the opportunity. I am so grateful to be on this show. Thank you. God bless you. Thanks.
Thank you so very much. It's a pleasure. God bless you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.